You've got to tune to the Midday Show. It's listener-powered radio at 90.3 FM in Seattle, online at KEXP.org. And it's always a bright day when we have Jason Isbell live in studio. Thanks so much, guys, for coming in.
Thank you for having us. It's a great place to come play music.
Can you kick us off with a new song?
Let's do it. Let's kick it. 1, 2, 3. From the sky we look so organized and brave. Walls that make up barricades and graves. Daddy's little empire built by hand, built by slaves. From the sky we look so organized and brave. In the heat I saw you rising from the dirt, drunken tears and tugging at your skirt. If only you could tell me that one part of you got hurt. In the heat I saw you rising from the dirt. Take my hand, baby, we're over land. I know flying over water makes you cry. Where's that liquor card? Maybe we shouldn't start, but I can't for the life of me say why. From the sky the highway is straight as it could be. A string pulled tight from here to Tennessee. Still somehow those ditches took the better part of me. From the sky the highway straight as it could be. Take my hand, baby, we're over land. I know flying over water makes you cry. Been in the sky so long, it seems like a long way home, but I can't for the life of me say why. Did we leave our love behind? 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 Take my hand, baby, we're over land. I know flying over water makes you cry. Been in the sky so long, seems like the long way home, but I can't for the life of me say why. Did we leave our love behind? Did we leave our love behind?
It's Jason Isbell live on KEXP. Nothing puts a smile on my face faster than seeing you all play live together.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that. I'm going to go grab another guitar, and I'll be right back.
Jason's going to go out in the hallway to get a guitar, which I want to talk to him about. I hear that it is custom made and making its radio debut. Is that correct, Jason? Is this guitar making its radio debut right now?
It is.
Well, your new guitar, I hear, is making a radio debut. It's been custom made for you, and I'm wondering if it's out in the hallway instead of in here because it's breathing like a fine wine.
I guess so. I'm scared right now to leave it anywhere where there are feet.
or knees or anything, people moving around. And honestly, I'm scared to let anybody else touch it. And I know I'm going to have to come off of that pretty soon.
It seems like the life on the road can be hard. Look, as just got knocked by Sadler over there.
That's all right, man. He's such a nice guy. You know, it's kind of like a baby. It's like when it's brand new, you really want to kick it around a little bit so you don't have to worry so much about taking it on the road.
You know, they say if you let everyone hold it, it'll be much more socialized.
I'm sure it will.
And behave
I'm sure.
well.
That's good to know, because I'll never let anybody hold my baby. I don't want it to have any friends. Just me. This is why they won't let me be a parent yet. All right, yeah, this thing works great. I think we're ready to rock. There's a man who walks beside me. He is who I used to be. And I wonder if she sees him and confuses him with me. And I wonder who she's pining for on nights I'm not around. Could it be the man who did the things I'm living down? I was rougher than the timber shipping out of Fond du Lac. When I headed south at 17, a sheriff on my back. I'd never held a lover in my arms or in my gaze, so I found another victim every couple days. But the night I fell in love with her, I made my weakness known to the fighters and the farmers digging dusty fields alone. The jealous innuendos of the lonely-hearted men let me know what kind of country I was sleeping in. Well, you couldn't stay alone on the plains before the war. When my neighbors took to sliding me, I had to ask what for. Rumors of my wickedness had reached our little town. Soon she heard about the boys I used to hang around. We'd robbed a Great Lakes freighter, killed a couple men aboard. When I told her, her eyes flickered like the sharp steel of a sword. All the things that she'd suspected, I'd expected her to fear, was the truth that drew her to me when I landed here. And there's a man who walks beside me, he is who I used to be. And I wonder if she sees him and confuses him with me. And I wonder who she's pining for on nights I'm not around. Could it be the man who did the things I'm living down? I carved her cross from live oak and her box from short-leaf pine, and buried her so deep she'd touch the water table line. And picked up what I needed and I headed south again. To myself I wonder, would I ever find another friend? And there's a man who walks beside her, he is who I used to be. And I wonder if she sees him and confuses him with me.
So nice. It's
Thank
Jason
you.
Isbell live on KEXP. It's always such a pleasure to have you in studio.
Thank you. I love the station. You know, I've been coming in here for a long time, and it's always fun. Everybody's always really nice, and I know you guys play the good stuff, so it's a pleasure.
Well, the good thing about that is you've been making great music for a long time, so it's been our pleasure.
Thank you.
Such a strong songwriter, and this new album is right along those lines. And I noticed that you have called it a Jason Isbell album, but I recognize your band, the 400 Unit, on the album and here in studio today. Was that because maybe the songs were more personal? Although it's strange to say that because all your songs sound very personal.
Yeah, but this one felt like I was telling more of my story than any record I've done in the past. And also, I set out to make a record that was just me playing guitar and singing, or just me playing piano and singing or something, and I got really bored with that really quick, so I started calling these folks in to play. But you know, it is a record that's about my life a little bit more than some of the other things. You know, some of my other songs have been more folk songs, I think, and more concerned with history or region or things like that. And this time I just really told everybody what was going on in my life and tried to make a record of events, you know, a document.
I heard that you're living in Nashville now.
I am, yeah.
How's that? How long have you been there, and how's that treating you?
It's been a little over a year, and when I got engaged to Amanda, you know, I figured we'd want to be in the same place for live and sin for a little while, so we knew we could get along with each other. And you can't really ask a woman to move to Alabama, you know, unless you're trying to get rid of her. It's been good, though. There's a lot to do. There's a whole lot of good food in Nashville. And honestly, I get to see my friends a whole lot more because the people who travel, if they play anywhere out east, they come through Nashville and play. So I get to go see my friends play shows, and that's a good thing.
There's a whole lot of good music in Nashville as well.
A whole lot of bad music and a whole lot of good music, both. Whatever you like.
It seems like the independent music scene has been growing by leaps and bounds over the last few years. I bet you have a great community there.
Yeah, it is. It's a lot of people who do the same sort of music that we do have gravitated toward Nashville in the last few years. It's nice because we sort of get the runoff, you know, from the big pop country stuff. I mean, a lot of the studios, a lot of the engineers, a lot of the producers are people who, you know, pay their bills by making pop country music, and then after hours they'll have folks like us come in for a whole lot less, as long as we don't tell anybody about it, and they'll record our little records. And also a lot of them are people who got tired of you know, working in that industry, and they got the training that they needed. They know how to work the machines, but they got tired of dealing with you know, big country stars who wouldn't remember their names from day to day, and opened up smaller studios. And you know, there's a good environment for it there. There's a lot of money that's made off of music in that town, and sometimes you can filter that down to the punk rockers.
Well, I hope you'll pick up some of that money over these years.
Man, I'd love that. That'd be nice, wouldn't it? That'd be nice.
I'd love for you to feel the success of your talent as you continue on.
You know, honestly, I feel really great about it right now. The thing that's the nicest for me is the fact that you know, we get to travel and play, and we don't really have to go back and tend bar or work at a gas station when we get home. And the crowds are growing, and people are requesting new songs, which is always a really great thing. You know, I like playing the old ones too, but it's good to feel like you're progressing.
I read an interview where you had a very sweet take on playing the old songs that people love. You're like, you know, if I don't want to play a song every night, I'm not going to write
Yeah, that's
song.
true. You know, that's what you sign up for, especially if you write a good one. I hate it when people say they're tired of playing the song that everybody loves. You know, I like Todd Snyder's take on it. When people ask him to play Beer Run, he says, man, I was just playing it on the bus for my friends before. I'll play it after the show's over. You know, I'll go play it to my wife on the phone. I love that song. I don't care if I actually like it or not. I love it because y'all love it.
That's so great. Jason Isbell live here in studio at KEXP, the new album Southeastern. And you got another song from that?
I do, yeah. I'm going to do another song for you. Let's see here. Staring at the pictures of the runaways on the wall. Seems like these days you couldn't run away at all. Even if you did, what you got to run away to? Just another drunk daddy with a white man's point of view. I can see you in my mind's eye catching light. Sleep beside the river if we make it out of town tonight. You can strip in Portland from from the day you turned 16. You got one thing to sell and benzodiazepine. 10 years ago I might have seen you dancing in a different light and offered up my help in different ways, but those were different days. Those were different days. Had a girl back home and we shared her single bed. When I whispered in her ear, she believed every word I said. If she didn't believe, she didn't dare give me a slack. Or it was, baby, I love you, get off of my damn back. Time went by and I left again. Jesus loves a sinner, but the highway loves the sin. My daddy told me, I believe he told me true, that the right thing's always the hardest thing to do. 10 years ago I might have stuck around for another night and used her in 1,000 different ways, but those were different days. Those were different days. And the story is only mine to live and die with, and the answer's only mine to come across. But the ghost that I got scared and I got high with look a little lost. 10 years ago I might thought I didn't have the right to say the things an outlaw wouldn't say, but those were different days. Those were different days. Those were different days.
Jason Isbell live on KEXP, songs from the new album Southeastern. Tonight playing at Neumos here in Seattle.
Yeah, Neumos. How is that? I've never been there before.
It's great.
Good place? Good.
It is. You'll like it.
Good. I've always had a fun time in Seattle. And every time we come, it's sunny. We get so lucky with that. We bring the sunshine with us. I think it might have rained on me in this town for like 45 minutes total in my life.
Well, then you need to come more often, and preferably in the winter.
It's true. For a lot of reasons, I need to come out here more often. I love it here.
You're always welcome.
You want another one?
I'd love it.
Let's do that then. Another sad song for your lunch hour. I've heard love songs make the Georgia man cry on the shoulder of somebody's Saturday night. Read the good book, studied it too, but nothing prepared me for living with you. Lock me up tight in these shackles I wear, tied up the keys in the folds of your hair, and the difference with me is I used to not care. Stockholm, let me go home. Once a wise man to the ways of the world, now I've traded those lessons for faith in a girl. Across the ocean, years from my home, in this frozen old city of silver and stone. Ships in the harbor and birds on the bluff don't move an inch when their anchor
Jason Isbell live on KEXP.
Thank you. Thanks for having me. And that's Derry DeBoerha on the keyboards, and Chad Gamble on the drums, and Jimbo Hart on the bass, and Sadler Vaden on the electric guitar.
It's a pleasure to have you all here. And you joke about writing sad songs, and that you do, but you seem happy. Life good these days?
Yes, it seems like the more sad songs I write, the more I figure things out about myself. It's kind of cheap therapy for me, you know. I grew up listening to hillbilly music and to the blues, and I just can't get out of that, you know.
Well, you do it well.
I thank you so much. I appreciate that, and thanks for having me in here.
Southeastern, the new album from Jason Isbell. You've got a tune to KEXP Seattle.